Resilient individuals are described as waking up every day with a burning desire to make a difference. How can individuals cultivate this sense of purpose in their professional lives?
I think number one, start with what difference did you make the day before?
Mm.
So, when you made a difference, did you help someone? What was that like? What did you learn? What did you discover? And then, as you approach a brand new day, what difference can you make today? How will you add value? How will you go beyond what you're paid to do? Because here's the reality: a paycheck is given to people who show up, but opportunities are given to individuals who think and work beyond what they're paid to do. So, based on where you are, think and work beyond what you're paid to do. That's where the breakthrough comes. And then the third thing, what is it that you can do to go perhaps to your leader, to your team members, and say, how can I help you? Is there something I can take off your plate? Is there a cause or an issue or a project that I can advance or use my contact, my experience, my relationships throughout the organization to move something forward? When you begin to raise your hand and begin to say, how can we get something done? Instead of it can't be done, not only are you unlocking your fortitude, but you are building your resilience and you are discovering the puzzle pieces of your life. Now, let me just drop a pin in this just for a moment. When you think about your professional career, however many years you've been working, think of it as a puzzle of scattered pieces. And if you've ever put a puzzle together, you know you have that one piece of the puzzle that doesn't fit. But all of a sudden, you turn the box over and you begin to see that missing piece, and the big picture comes together. Here's the reality for everyone listening to us right now: when you find your brilliance and you tap into your resilience, you discover that you are the missing piece of the puzzle. You, your talent, your gift, your ability is the missing piece of the puzzle. So the reason that piece of the puzzle of your career didn't make sense before until now is because you're on a journey to a destination that's unlocking your destiny. So it wasn't supposed to make sense. You were supposed to take 4 steps forward and 5 steps back, 3 steps to the side, 2 steps to the other side, and it didn't make sense. But now you're in a place where you're going to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together and you'll see the big picture from the beginning to the end.
Wow, powerful. Absolutely. I love that. Hey, that reminds me, in the book, you talked about something that I think is so difficult to do. And it was when they were gathered together and they did the friend to friend. And the
Yes.
questions that they asked, because I had my coach ask me before, Charlene, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want, but I really love that concept of what you did there in the book, because here you have these two, I say broken Humpty Dumptys kind of, right? And they're coming together and they're gleaning wisdom from Steady and Ready. And it was just so powerful because you can't like do this journey alone. And so that's what I really got out of that gathering together. I was like, wow, how important is your circle when you're trying to seek or move towards your destiny? So, with that friend to friend, what I mean, do you think that's true? Like, I struggled with that question quite a bit. I mean, how do people do with that question?
Yeah, great question. So, in the circle of resilience, the reason you want to ask questions is to create a safe place. And when you ask the question, what do you want for you, which is the first question of the friend to friend process, a part of the reason why people struggle is because they are focused on everything else. They take care of everyone else. They're making sure that everyone has what they need. And because they're now hardwired to be externally focused, to now say be internally focused, it almost feels foreign. It's like, what do I want for me? Why should I worry about me when everyone else is happy? So they've put their happiness on layaway while they are helping everyone else. And all of a sudden, they get to a certain place in their life and they say, where did the time go? Because they've been so focused on each other. So the what do you want for you is to blow the dust off of your soul and say, what do I really, really really want. Because here's the deal, what you want wants you.
Mm.
You would never have a desire for a better future unless you reach the place when you answer the question. So, in other words, being frustrated and flustered is a gift because that's the tripwire to unlock the ocean of your soul, to invite you into a deeper conversation with yourself to say it's time.
Wow, that's so so rich. Okay, so let's see here. You know what I'm going to do, Simon? I would love for you to just let us know how you can help organizations. Just whatever you feel late on your heart right now for the last few minutes. I would love for you to just go ahead and release some more brilliance on the audience.
For those that are working in organizations, one of the things that I encourage you to consider is inviting people to, number one, understand what is right about them. If you can ensure that in recognizing individuals for the contribution that they're making, based on the way they want to receive it, I think it's critically important. People want to know, and they don't want to wait to the mid-year review or end of the year review. They want to know how they are doing. How do they stack up in the organization? I think the second thing, being intentional to create learning paths for individuals to grow in their career. So Eric Hoffer, a philosopher, says, in times of change, the learners will inherit the earth, while the unlearned will find themselves beautifully equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. So creating that learning path is to say, here are critical skills that you need to acquire on your own. And I think the third thing is creating a culture that is positive. One of the pieces of research that I'm studying right now by Jane Dutton really speaks to when individuals are on this journey to resilience, they have to have a high quality contact. And that high quality contact or high quality connection allows them to thrive. As you know, loneliness is the new epidemic in the world. And there are people that are working, but they're lonely. So, how do you ensure that individuals have a high quality connection at work, a buddy system, someone that is checking in with them beyond the leader that they report to, saying, you know what, we are concerned about you as a human being, and we just want to make sure that you are thriving at work.
That's really wonderful. What about for individuals in particular?
I think for individuals, go through the friend to friend process, begin to answer those three questions. Take the assessment that hurry and worry go through to really say, here's where I'm at. Something practical you can do right now is carve out 15 minutes at the very beginning of the day or at the end of the day and take that 15 minutes, chunk it down into three 5 minute segments. First 5 minutes, meditate. Second 5 minutes, read or listen to something that inspires you. Third 5 minutes, get up and stretch. Take a walk in nature. Experience and get a little vitamin D. Because what you have to begin to realize when you are concerned about the future, you become very intentional in the present. So take care of yourself so that you can show up fully resilient, fully ready to set the world on fire.
Wow, wonderful. It is so amazing to talk to you again. I tell you guys, this book is a game changer. I really, really encourage you to get it. I am on my third time reading it through actually. And I just think it, like, especially right now in this season for me, is so perfect. So I definitely encourage you to get it because what I noticed in there also, Simon, was the wisdom that
Mm,
was there because you talked about that you were studying in the book of Proverbs, the book of wisdom.
mhm,
And I mean, literally, after I finished reading that, I was more spiritually strong
mm.
because there were keys, there were nuggets in there, there were endowment, there were things that can help my spiritual self to grow as well. And that was powerful. That was profound for me because it fed me in so many different ways. I had like a spirit, soul, and body experience.
That's good. That's so good.
And it was so rich. So was that intentional to feed the spirit as well?
Yes, absolutely. Years ago, I had a chance to share the stage with the late great Dr. Stephen Covey, and he said something I'd never heard before. in his opening remarks. He said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience, we're spirit beings having a human experience." And when he said it, I was like, oh my goodness, everybody is a spirit being having a human experience. So I wanted to write the book from that perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, job well done. So, how can people get in touch with you if they want to get you for their organization or, and then any last parting words?
Certainly, they can go to simontbailey.com. T for terrific, dry joke right there. simontbailey.com. And the one challenge that I would give everyone listening to us today, what can you do to go and hug someone else with your words? Can you send
Mm.
them a text? Can you create a video? Can you send an email where you hug them with your words because your words carry energy? And when people feel hugged by your words, they discover that encouragement is oxygen for the soul. So, how can we encourage others on this journey called resilience?
Oh, that is so beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Simon T. Bailey, for being on the show again. I really am so honored, and I know again people will be blessed. I was truly blessed again, and I'm going to keep on watching you and seeing what you're doing. I need to get connected a little bit more so I can see you all the time and see what you're doing. You're changing the world and the positivity and the power and the I mean, just amazing to be a trailblazer the way that you are. So, thank you for everything that you're doing for humanity, for organizations. We need more like you. And so just gratitude to you and many blessings into your life.
Thank you.